Hello, my name's Tim Linley. I work as a research scientist here at PNNL, and I'm also the manager of the Aquatic Research Lab. One of the main tasks we have here is to keep a supply of fish available to the research staff throughout the year. And the primary species that we work with are Chinook salmon. That's what most of our studies involve. And in order to do that, we get Chinook salmon from two different sources, two different salmon hatcheries, and we get those as eggs. And we usually get them either in the late summer or early winter. The first site that we get them from is a place called Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. And these are called spring Chinook. Called spring Chinook because they come into the Columbia River in February, March, April, and then they migrate upstream to their spawning grounds and spawn usually in August, September, something like that. These fish, right now, we got these in October as eggs, and they've been incubating in this tray here for the better part of the last few months. And they're just about ready to come out. In the wild, they would be coming out of the gravel just about now, maybe in another month or so. But you can see from these little guys, they just have a little bit of yolk showing on their bellies there. And they're going to use that up here pretty quickly, like I said, over the next month or so. Then we'll take them out of these incubators and we'll move them into tanks and start rearing them with artificial food. These little pieces of plastic, these bile rings, that's actually our fake gravel. We try to keep the fish in the dark. That's why we had the plastic over the trays here. So they kind of simulates what happened when they're down in the gravel during the winter. The other source of eggs that we get come from nearby, and these are called fall Chinook salmon. They're called fall Chinook because they come into the Columbia River late summer, early fall. They spawn in November and October. And then we get these eggs from the hatchery actually sometime, usually in January or December or January. As you can see, when I pull these out of here, they have a lot more yolk remaining. And in fact, you can see that they've got most of their yolk remaining because these guys just hatched here, I want to say within the past few weeks, something like that. And they'll be in here for at least another 2 to 2.5 months, and then we'll move those out into the tanks here and start rearing them as well. So the reason we do that, the reason we have eggs from two very different sources is because we want to maintain these fish and have them available throughout the year, and that gives us a spread in development time and growth rates and all sorts of things like that. Anyway, that's how we start the cycle, and we'll rear these fish for the better part of the following year, and then we'll start it all over again. Thanks.